Hello everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a heavy rainstorm washes out roads and leaves people stranded in western Maine.
Plus, big concerns in Southwest Harbor following the hiring of a controversial police officer.
And Mainers are being encouraged to be safe as we head into the long holiday week ahead.
Holiday week, holiday weekend.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm calling it the week.
Yeah.
You know, it really gets underway today. They say today's the busiest traveling day.
I believe it.
And all that.
I wouldn't want to be driving to MDI today.
Yeah, going to be packed.
Yeah,
so.
But either way, good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Friday morning. We'll have all the day's news coming up, but we'll begin with a check of the forecast. The forecast is kind of getting people down lately.
I know.
Yeah, yesterday turned out to be not too bad around here. We had some sunshine in the late afternoon. It's amazing. Once you get a little blast of sun, it just makes you feel better.
I agree
but while
completely.
we were dealing with that, the folks out in western Maine were dealing with torrential rainstorms, and the damage out there is quite severe. We'll show you some photos of that coming up. But first, to check out our forecast, it's looking like more of the same, not torrential downpours around here, but we will have a chance of rain, but we'll see some sunshine too.
Today is similar to yesterday in that way. I think if you want to head to the beach or doing anything outdoors today and tomorrow, if you're brave, these are the days to do it.
Do it while you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. Already, air quality, the name of the game this morning. In a few spots, we have a couple spots in the state across in parts of the yellow. That's considered moderate air quality. Still okay, though. But further off to the south and west, where you see these gray counties and all these red and purple icons, that's air quality issues developing. Again, all from wildfire smoke moving in from Canada. So for us, we're okay for the time being. We'll need to keep an eye on this moving forward. What we are seeing outside this morning, it's fog. We have dense fog advisories posted until 10 a.m. this morning because of the fog that's developed out there, mainly along the coast, but the visibility issues are very widespread, mainly stretching all the way up to parts of Millinocket and areas south where a mile or less visibility being noted this morning. But if you go up to Caribou, looking pretty good at around 10 miles. Moving forward, otherwise, a few showers developing out there this morning, otherwise some clouds, otherwise moving from the west going toward the east. We'll be watching for maybe a few more showers this morning, but sunshine returns just in time for the afternoon as we catch a little bit of a break as we do zoom things out otherwise. So not too much going on otherwise. Just watching for some showers on the track it off towards the east with this system right about in here. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing some clouds, maybe a few showers early, but the sunshine returns just in time for the afternoon with temperatures warming up. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, a big cleanup is underway in the town of Jay following a summer storm that brought flash flooding to the area. Huge amounts of rain fell on western Maine Thursday, turning roadways into rivers and causing several washouts. There are no reports of injuries, but the process of assessing and fixing the damage has really just begun. The Lakes Region Fire Department reported 4 feet of water in some areas of Jay. Wilton, Farmington, Chesterville, and Canton also reporting flooding and closed roadways. Some people lost power and others had a difficult time reaching their homes. Some roadways will remain closed until road crews can move in and repair all the damage.
A suspect at the center of a manhunt in Bar Harbor has been arrested. Police say 40-year-old Jerome Gee of Wolfboro, New Hampshire, was arrested peacefully on State Highway 3 in Bar Harbor near Hulls Cove just after 2:30 yesterday afternoon. Local police got a call from Wolfboro, New Hampshire police 2 days ago, that Gee was operating a stolen car and traveling in the direction of Bar Harbor. Wolfboro police called again a short time later to say Gee had called them, saying he was in the lobby of a local hotel. When Bar Harbor police arrived at the hotel, they located the car, but Gee fled into the woods. Police searched for him, but were unable to find him. After his arrest yesterday, he was provided medical attention and then taken to the Hancock County Jail.
A dump truck full of marijuana was hauled away after a drug bust Thursday morning. After a year-long investigation, the Penobscot County Sheriff's Office executed a search warrant at a building on Dyer Road in Carmel. In all, the Sheriff's Office seized more than 3,400 marijuana plants and 111 pounds of processed cannabis.
This really undermines many of the businesses here in the state of Maine that are operating appropriately, who are licensed and do things and standards that are appropriate for the end user. This is organizations that are not Maine-based, individuals that are not from Maine, that are not following any of those standards, not licensed, not following safety protocols, and have substantial amounts of marijuana growing in a very dangerous situation in the building behind us.
An undisclosed number of suspects are currently in custody. The investigation is ongoing.
U.S. Marshals arrested a man in Ellsworth on a number of sex abuse charges stemming from Oregon. 50-year-old Zen Matthew Vicnair is wanted on 4 counts of unlawful sexual penetration of a minor, 4 counts of first-degree sodomy, and 6 counts of first-degree sexual abuse. The state of Oregon issued an arrest warrant for Vicnair on June 20th. Investigators with the U.S. Marshals Service and Oregon Fugitive Task Force determined Vicnair was currently living in Maine. He was safely arrested at a residence in Ellsworth and charged as a fugitive from justice. Vicnair is now awaiting extradition to Oregon.
The hiring of a new police officer in Southwest Harbor has sparked concerns among residents. After hearing an officer with a troubled past had been hired, a petition was launched calling for his removal. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
I slept with a loaded handgun on my nightstand last night. I've never had to do that before, and it's because of a police officer that was hired.
Following his termination from Machias Police Department in 2011, Officer Richard Strout faced 3 separate lawsuits where he was accused of assaulting and inappropriately touching women while placing them under arrest. According to the Southwest Harbor Police Chief who hired him, all 3 cases were dismissed in 2014, but it is unclear if any settlements were reached.
I was traumatized my entire 4 years in Machias at UMM, and I saw my friends go through all this, and I was there for some of the accusations that happened, so it's terrifying.
Southwest Harbor resident and UMaine Machias alum Brad Jordan has organized a petition after the announcement was made on social media.
Termination is definitely something that I am looking for. I'm not comfortable as a business owner or even just living here on my own with this officer.
Other residents who are just learning about the hire say they're concerned.
I am just kind of angry and horrified and appalled that our police department has chosen to hire someone with such an intimidating and scary and violent history, especially against women.
Especially with someone that is supposed to protect us. I don't want them to have any history, any questions of violating someone's privacy or potentially physically assaulting them.
And the police department is also facing backlash after they temporarily suspended comments on their Facebook post.
And one of my big concerns is that there was no opportunity for public opinion, no opportunity for other victims to have a voice before he was hired as a police officer in this town.
I saw an individual that was very honest and upfront with me at the beginning. He still is. And an individual that wants to come back into the profession.
According to Chief Hall, they conducted a thorough background check, and if he believed or found any merit to the accusations, he would not have even considered hiring him.
I'm very glad that the community is stepping forward. I'm very glad that they feel that they can step forward and express their concerns.
The town plans to have a public meeting on July 11th where people with concerns can voice them. In Southwest Harbor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Several people were injured in a multiple vehicle crash on I-95 in Bangor yesterday morning. State police say it happened in the left passing lane near exit 183 when a driver suddenly stopped their vehicle, causing a crash involving at least 9 vehicles.
It appears that a car up in front checked up, causing the car behind it to hit, and then so on and so forth. They just kind of kept hitting each other. Even though they were trying to avoid, it just 7 to 9 cars involved.
Trooper Creamer says some of the drivers suffered minor injuries, but everyone is okay. One person was transported to a hospital. State police say the driver who reportedly stopped and caused the crash was not hit and drove away from the scene. Other drivers did not get a description of the vehicle. In light of this crash, state police are reminding the public to stay alert and follow the flow of traffic and stress that you should never stop on an active road. The crash is still under investigation.
Meanwhile, starting on July 1st, the town of Surrey will be partnering with Hancock County Sheriff's Office to help enforce the speed limit. It's a problem that has brought tragedy to Surrey. Doug Banks with that story.
Lying on Route 172 between Ellsworth and Blue Hill, Surrey has become a popular throughway for motorists, which has led to high amounts of traffic and a lot more speeding. Starting on July 1st, Hancock County Sheriff's Office will ramp up patrols in the town to help keep the Surrey community safe.
That traffic is non-stop all day long. A lot of people travel to Deer Isle, Blue Hill. Those are popular seasonal towns. So that Surrey is right in between Ellsworth and BI. So it's busy. It's a busy roadway.
The speed limit into Surrey drops from 50 miles per hour to 35 miles per hour just before you reach the middle of town. The road has even changed from what was once a passing zone to now 2 solid yellow lines. Although there is more traffic coming through here in the summer, Lieutenant Day says they'll be enforcing the speed limit year-round.
As right now, it'll be year-round, but we're going to step up the patrols, and particularly during the summer, and it will continue. We're focusing right now during the summer to prevent any further incidents.
This partnership comes at a time when Surrey is still dealing with the death of Kathleen Anderson 2 years ago, after her car was struck by a motorist going over the speed limit just outside the town's post office.
This is one of those things we're trying to slow it down in that area, so we don't have any future accidents or any fatalities in the future.
This has not been the only incident involving excessive speed. Resident Brandy Spruce, who lives on Route 172 in the middle of Surrey, says her dog was hit by a car going too fast.
He had a little injury, but he lived, and the most disturbing part was that no one stopped. They just sped on by, and I kind of wish people would pay attention to the motto on the sign when you first drive into town. It says, "Drive like your kids live here," so we really wish people would do that.
In Surrey, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Governor Janet Mills announced Thursday that she will sign the paid family and medical leave bill that recently passed the legislature. The bill will allow workers to take up to 12 weeks of paid leave for various family or medical reasons, receiving 90% of their regular pay during their time of leave. Governor Mills says the decision to sign the bill comes as a compromise, and language in the bill will reflect policy changes she requested, which she says will improve flexibility for both workers and businesses.
Allow people to take care of loved ones who are ill and not go broke or lose their employment by virtue of that. We have an aging workforce, we have an aging population. This will help us accomplish that without people losing their jobs.
The updated bill is expected to be considered again by the Maine House and Senate in the coming days before heading to the governor's desk. All right, the time now is 6:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, an important message from the top Maine fire marshal as people celebrate the 4th of July. He's urging people to have safety plans as they light up the night sky with fireworks.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. Not a bad day today. We can expect a few showers. It will be partly cloudy with a high near 79 degrees. Clouds and fog overnight, maybe some showers too, with lows in the low 60s. Tomorrow, a mostly cloudy day with a chance of some showers. The highs on Saturday, around 76.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Mad Cat & Company in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza invites you to host your next event with us. We are much more than just a bar. Our event room is designed to host any type of event, formal or casual. Family gatherings, birthday parties, corporate parties, club meetings, fundraisers, or weddings and receptions. We've got you covered. Our open floor plan can adequately seat 100 or more people, and we can assist you with food, drinks, and entertainment as well. Call or visit our website today.
Oversharing can be weird.
How you doing, buddy? I'm more excited than a mosquito flying into a nudist colony.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC7.
This is Jeopardy!
Over 8,000 episodes.
Competitive gameplay, high scores, and an exciting finish.
More than 500,000 clues.
Look at this, we got a game going.
2 hosts.
Let's play
Jeopardy!
1 Jeopardy!
Wow, what a great game.
This week at 7:30, only on ABC7.
With the 4th of July just around the corner, many people are getting ready to light up the sky with fireworks. But Maine's Fire Marshal wants you to be safe as you celebrate. Our Matthew Jarancic has the story.
Fireworks. One of the many things that makes the 4th of July such a special holiday, not to mention the food and the fun. But being responsible when you set off your black cats and bottle rockets will keep your entire group safe.
Mixing alcohol and fireworks is not a good idea. That is sometimes where folks forget the safety pieces, and that's where somebody could get hurt.
Research from the United States Consumer Product Safety Commission found a 200% increase in sales of fireworks from 1994 to 2022. Despite the staggering statistic, Phantom Fireworks in Holden always make sure its buyers are educated.
Safety is the number one key. If you don't practice safety and you don't have buckets of water and you don't have safety glasses and gloves, there is a potential that something could happen, and we never want that.
McCarthy says safety should always be practiced, even with the smallest of explosive party favors like sparklers.
Sparklers are something a lot of people use. Most people don't realize how hot those sparklers get. Make sure that there's a bucket. Make sure there's somewhere for the kids to put these if they're using them.
Just remember,
get out there, enjoy, make memories with your families and loved ones, but make sure that you're doing it safely, making sure you have the proper safety equipment, make sure that you're enjoying them, but you're doing it sober.
In Holden, Matthew Jarancic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
The trouble in the skies is getting better in some areas and worse in others as even more flights are grounded across the country. Fox News correspondent C.B. Cotton has more from LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York.
Today, nice shiny weather, but we're not going anywhere.
We were hoping Thursday might signal the end of the nationwide travel nightmare, but it appears there's no end in sight. According to FlightAware, airlines had already delayed thousands of flights and canceled hundreds by midday, leaving stranded passengers frustrated and looking for answers.
I just want to get away from this airport. It's been since Sunday, and they lost my luggage. They told me my luggage was in Dallas, Texas.
There have been tens of thousands of delays and cancellations this week. We're told staffing shortages are the main problem, both within the TSA and with the airlines themselves. And while weather is playing a role as well, travelers say they're definitely noticing a lack of personnel.
The aircraft arrived, but then they told us that they were missing staff people, so there were not enough crew members.
These delays are impacting airports nationwide, but the Northeast has been the hardest hit. And United Airlines, with a major hub in New Jersey, tells Fox News they're now calling in off-duty flight attendants and pilots to help get these planes moving. But it might not be fast enough. The TSA says Friday will be the busiest day of the holiday weekend, with some 3 million passengers expected.
Everybody's calm, I think, which is a good thing. But there's no flights. They keep canceling everything.
TSA predicts almost 18 million Americans will fly over the weekend, beating a pre-pandemic record. At LaGuardia Airport, New York, C.B. Cotton, Fox News.
All right, the time now is 6:19. After the break, we'll hear about what an official is calling the most important infrastructure investment in Maine since the construction of I-95.
Plus, the long-awaited Supreme Court ruling on whether President Biden's student loan forgiveness program will go into effect is expected to occur in Washington today. We'll have the details on those stories and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
If you like shopping at Rennie's, you might like working at Rennie's as well. Great benefits, 20% employee discount.
Whether it's a job or career, Rennie's has so much to offer. Store associate, customer service, human resources, delivery driver. Go to rennies.com for more info.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Red Rabbit Bazaar, and Ruth and Wimpy's want to send you to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band with special guest Ziggy Marley live in concert Wednesday, July 5th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Red Rabbit Bazaar, Queen City's clothing market located above the Grindhouse in the heart of downtown Bangor, and Ruth and Wimpy's at 792 U.S. Route 1 in Hancock. We're a lobster lover's dream. Win tickets to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band July 5th on the Bangor waterfront. Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dark or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
If you like shopping at Rennie's, you might like working at Rennie's as well. Great benefits, 20% employee discount.
Whether it's a job or career, Rennie's has so much to offer. Store associate, customer service, human resources, delivery driver. Go to rennies.com for more info.
Welcome back, everyone. Maine has received more than $270 million in federal funding to increase statewide connectivity. Our David Ledford brings us more about how that money will be used.
Today's announcement is the most important infrastructure investment in Maine since the construction of Interstate 95.
Maine is being awarded nearly $272 million to expand high-speed internet access in the state. The funding comes from the bipartisan infrastructure law. Members of the Maine Connectivity Authority and state officials came together to celebrate the announcement Thursday, saying the money is the largest grant award the state has ever received to establish broadband internet access.
It's as fundamental as electricity, heat, water, high-speed internet. Maine has to have universal internet access if we're going to stay competitive nationwide and worldwide.
The money will come over the next 5 years from the Broadband Equity, Access, and Deployment Program, a part of the Biden-Harris administration's Internet for All initiative. Senator Angus King says the funding is essential for supporting the work-from-home workforce in the state.
People can live in Dover Foxcroft, Maine, and work in Seattle. They can live in Augusta, Maine, and work in Los Angeles. They can live in Medibebs and work in Kansas City. And this is happening. But the critical element is broadband.
Maine Connectivity Authority representatives say the funding will be used to ensure that broadband internet is both accessible and affordable.
One of our goals is to not only meet the digital infrastructure needs of the state, but to ensure that all Mainers have the skills and the ability and can afford to access that infrastructure.
The announcement follows the $30 million grant awarded to the state earlier this month for the construction of middle-mile broadband infrastructure, known as MooseNet, to reach underserved locations. Officials say they plan to reach the estimated 42,000 locations in the state without reliable internet access within the next 2 years.
Without saying bold and ambitious things, they won't happen. And the goal of making sure everyone has a connection as quickly as possible by the end of 2024 is a goal that we will make sure we meet.
In Augusta, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Certainly going to be wonderful news for a lot of people out there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I really think it says it all by saying it's the biggest investment since I-95. That's crazy. Time now is 6:23.
Let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. Alrighty, air quality, the name of the game this morning. We're good in our neck of the woods, though. Maybe a few spots in the yellow. That's still moderate. It's still okay for most of us, right? Otherwise, further down to the south and west, not so great. Air quality alerts are posted in the gray counties, though, and all these red and purple icons indicating unhealthy to very unhealthy air quality because of wildfire smoke there. But for us, so we're looking good for the time being, and we should stay good moving forward. We'll have to keep an eye on that smoke. But otherwise, though, dense fog advisories are posted further down toward the south in our southern counties, so lasting till roughly 10 a.m. this morning, because visibility levels are really reduced, and it stretches all the way up towards parts of Millinocket to where a mile or less visibility being noted in most areas this morning. So definitely be careful if you're driving this morning. Have those fog lights or low beam headlights on so people can see you and you can see where you're going. Your brights will not help help you out one bit. But otherwise, a few showers developing after this morning. This will be the general idea for this morning, because by this afternoon, a lot of this gets out of here. The clouds break up. We'll have a lot of sunshine, but don't let that fool you. There'll be more activity moving in from the west soon. That'll give us more showers and thunderstorms over the next several days. So the next few days, there will be rather small chances for showers. Today is one of those chances where they will be rather small as the sun comes out for a while. But later this evening, note some clouds. Fog moves in again. Maybe a few showers yet again in a few spots too. Starting things off here Saturday, maybe a few showers. Clouds break up for a bit during the afternoon period too, so some sunshine could also mix in for a few of us. By Saturday night, though, again, some clouds, maybe a few showers, but nothing too extreme, no. And then by Sunday, we'll be watching for a little bit more rain as well. Rain is through Saturday night. Not too much rain, maybe a tenth of an inch or less for most spots before we're all finished up. It's next week we have to pay attention where dramatically more rainfall could be possible. Roughly 1 to 2 inches between now and Tuesday morning, with most of this occurring as we get towards Monday into Tuesday as well. We'll make sure to keep you posted moving forward. Our average high temperature is 79 degrees. Upper 70s today, about average for this time of the year. Cooling off a bit by Sunday, but warming back up as we head towards the next week as well. So your forecast for today, upper 70s, a few showers, then becoming partly cloudy later on. That south wind getting up at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s, some clouds and fog on the way, then a few showers as well. That south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, middle 70s, mostly cloudy, a few showers again. That south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres. Showers and thunderstorms the next several days, although the first few days of the forecast period not as bad. Next week, we'll need to watch things with more rain moving in and temperatures in the 70s.
We got a bunch of dry hay in. We were looking at rain.
Yeah, I put a trailer of hay in the ditch that night, and Steve was there.
Steve showed up and worked right alongside us till 3 in the morning.
When you're trying to gather your feet to get through those tough winter months, it requires folks who are not scared to get their hands dirty.
For everybody on our team, the expectation is to provide a world-class customer experience.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
Planning to dig in your yard with power tools? Call DigSafe first. Call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig. Utility crews will come out and mark where your gas, power, and cable lines are buried. Keep yourself and your neighborhood safe. It's the law.
Hi, this is Jason.
And this is Jessica from Tossie's Checkout,
a family-owned business located in Glenburn.
inviting you to come experience that welcoming hometown feeling when you're visiting our neck of the woods.
You can always expect tasty treats,
Pizza,
spirits,
familiar faces.
and quality gasoline.
With summer approaching and Pushaw Lake nearby,
We look forward to seeing your smiling faces.
Come check us out.
Make a move in the most electrifying Honda vehicles yet. Like the CR-V and Accord, with available hybrid powertrains designed for more responsive performance and more advanced tech. When you drive a Honda, you're driving with the 2022 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
He was tall, dark, and handsome.
Pilot, a Jewish doctor, a big catch.
Good God, this guy was a psychopath.
Cold, calculated murderer.
You must have been blown away.
I was.
2020, tonight on ABC. You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
A not guilty on all charges for a former resource officer at a high school in Parkland, Florida. Scott Peterson could not hold back his tears and emotion Thursday as the judge read the jury's not guilty verdict on all felony child neglect charges against him. The jury coming back with the verdict after 4 days of deliberations. Peterson was on trial for failing to take action and confronting convicted shooter Nicholas Cruz as he opened fire at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. The 6-minute rampage happened on Valentine's Day of 2018 and left 17 people dead. Peterson could have faced nearly 100 years if convicted, but the jury decided to acquit him on all charges.
Well, as the Supreme Court prepares to hand down another round of decisions, its ruling upending affirmative action at American colleges and universities is spurring sharp reactions this morning. Conservative activists are praising the ruling, which restricts the role race plays in higher education admissions, while President Biden is slamming it and calling on admissions offices to find ways to prioritize diversity on their campuses. ABC's Justin Finch has more.
In a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court's conservative supermajority rolling back affirmative action in higher education, a near half-century-old policy used to address inequality and assemble diverse student bodies.
These opinions reestablish the founding principles of the 1964 Civil Rights Act, which clearly forbids treating Americans differently by race.
Joined by the High Court's conservative flank, Chief Justice John Roberts writing that affirmative action admissions policies at Harvard and the University of North Carolina violate the guarantee of equal protection under the law. Roberts noting that those schools' affirmative action policies unavoidably employ race in a negative manner and involve racial stereotyping. The Chief Justice contending an applicant's racial background can still be considered in their essay, writing, "Nothing in this opinion should be construed as prohibiting universities from considering an applicant's discussion of how race affected his or her life, be it through discrimination, inspiration, or otherwise." Justice Sonia Sotomayor joined by the court's 2 other liberals with a fiery dissent. The devastating impact of this decision cannot be overstated. Ignoring racial inequality will not make it disappear.
The dissenting justices pointed out is that this is going to create absolute chaos because every school will find a way to adapt.
During remarks at the White House, President Biden blasted the ruling, saying this is not a normal court, and later defending his stance on MSNBC.
It's done more to unravel basic rights and basic decisions than any court in recent history.
Both UNC and Harvard releasing statements saying they will comply with the court's decision. More big decisions expected today, including on LGBTQ rights and President Biden's student loan forgiveness program. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
A decision affecting millions of Americans with student loans is expected today. The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to announce its ruling on President Biden's student loan forgiveness program. The justices are considering 2 cases. One is brought by a group of 6 Republican-led states, and the other is brought by 2 borrowers. Under President Biden's plan, more than 40 million Americans could have their student debt reduced. The plan proposed forgiving $10,000 in federal student loan debt to those with incomes under $125,000 a year, or households that make less than $250,000. An additional $10,000 would be canceled for those who received Pell Grants. And this is kind of a long time coming, I think, as we all know, so a lot of people will be interested to see how this goes.
Yeah.
Yep. Still to come on the second half of our show. With the busy holiday week ahead, Maine game wardens will be stepping up their boating patrols.
We'll have the details on that and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, contact the law offices of Joe Bornstein to learn about your legal rights. Maine has the highest rate of mesothelioma fatalities in the U.S. You may be eligible to receive compensation if you were exposed to asbestos products while working in a shipyard, mill, factory, or construction site. For a free case evaluation, dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
These local businesses would like to wish you a happy Independence Day, along with safe and fun celebrations all summer long. For a better center to serve you, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. For a bigger selection of trusted brands, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. And to better service your ride, no matter the size, Bangor Tire has moved to Herman. Master Mechanics, free shuttle service, and the fair deals you deserve. Take Littlefield Avenue to Bangor Tire, beside Dysart's in Herman. BangorTire.com.
We're more than just a tire store.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, June 30th, 2023. It's also National Food Truck Day.
Food trucks are inspired by century-old food carts dating back to the 17th century, maybe even before that, too. Vendors traded food from small carts or movable mini kitchens, and the practice is still common today. We now see them throughout the state, offering everything from mouth-watering barbecue to fresh lobster rolls. You can celebrate, too, by buying food from a local food truck to support those local businesses. And I think one of my favorite things about food trucks is they're almost always local businesses, right?
They are.
You don't really see chains as much.
And there's it seems like there's so many of them around Maine now, too, including this summer. They just opened another one in Holden and a bunch in Bangor. So get a real smorgasbord of food out there.
I know. I welcome it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, moving on now. On this day in history, back in 1936, the novel Gone with the Wind was published. The Civil War epic became one of the country's biggest sellers and also led to the movie 3 years later, which of course became an instant classic. In 1950, President Harry Truman ordered U.S. troops into Korea and authorized a draft to bolster troop numbers. And in 1953, the first Corvette rolled off the Chevy assembly line, selling for just $3,250. I did a little checking this morning. I think they start at around $65,000 now.
Yep.
And they go way up from after that.
Toyota Tundras are also about that same price.
Are they really? It's cars anyway.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, in 1994, the U.S. Figure Skating Association stripped Tonya Harding of her national championship and banned her for life following her attack on Nancy Kerrigan. Today's birthdays include Olympic swimmer Michael Phelps. He's 38 today. Heavyweight champ Mike Tyson is 57. That photo of Michael Phelps is silly. And actress Lizzie Kaplan turns 40. That Michael Phelps photo is so dumb.
Yeah, that's not the one I submitted. The one I submitted, he had all his gold medals and everything. This one, he looks like, I don't know.
It's Friday. The energy is palpable.
Yeah, sure is. All right. Well, happy birthday to all of them. The weather forecast, I mean, we have some rain in the forecast, but compared to some of the weather we've had lately, it's not terrible.
I'm going to be annoyingly optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to get in a body of water today just because highs are around 78. Mm-hmm. We could see showers, but in this area and around Bangor, we're not going to see them as much.
If there's even a chance of sun, you got to grab it.
I know, at this point, because there's no end in sight. Here's Devin Biggs for the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. Already, air quality, the name of the game this morning. In a few spots, we have a couple spots in the state across in parts of the yellow that's considered moderate air quality. Still okay, though. But further off towards the south and west, where you see these gray counties and all these red and purple icons, that's air quality issues developing. Again, all from wildfire smoke moving in from Canada. So for us, we're okay for the time being. We'll need to keep an eye on this moving forward. What we are seeing outside this morning, it's fog. We have dense fog advisories posted until 10 a.m. this morning because of the fog that's developed out there, mainly along the coast, but the visibility issues are very widespread, mainly stretching all the way up to parts of Millinocket and areas south where a mile or less visibility being noted this morning. But if you go up to Caribou, looking pretty good at around 10 miles. Moving forward, otherwise, a few showers developing out there this morning, otherwise some clouds, otherwise moving from the west going toward the east. We'll be watching for maybe a few more showers this morning, but sunshine returns just in time for the afternoon as we catch a little bit of a break as we do zoom things out otherwise. So not too much going on otherwise, just watching for some showers as we track it off towards the east with this system right about in here. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing some clouds, maybe a few showers early, but the sunshine returns just in time for the afternoon with temperatures warming up. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, all kinds of sun in the forecast there.
Right.
So we
It's
won't even pay
fine.
attention to the clouds.
This is good news for today. Yeah.
Well, Maine game wardens will be stepping up patrols this weekend on Maine's lakes and other waterways. They'll be enforcing Maine's boating laws and raising awareness about the dangers of operating a boat while under the influence.
It's all part of Operation Dry Water. They'll be removing impaired boaters, checking for life jackets, and making sure boaters are operating safely. They'll also be encouraging boaters to clean and dry their boats to protect against the spread of invasive species of plants. You know, I think I brought this up before, but boating in New Hampshire, is when I've only experienced boat checkpoints when somebody will check to see if there's any dried weeds or anything on the bottom of the boat, which may come to Maine at some point.
Well, they've got some of those in Maine, especially in some of the places where they've been hit hardest with milfoil and that kind of thing. But really, they're asking people to police themselves. If you leave one lake, make sure you've cleaned up your boat. You don't have any little pieces of plants on them because they can spread to other lakes when you head there.
Right. It's not good for anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
Don't go away.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
At Rennie's, we have an incredible selection of spring Carhartt at the best prices. We don't just sell it, we wear it and we love it.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
Harris Lumber is locally owned and has been serving the Pequot region for more than 50 years. See them for all your projects, big or small. Customer service is their #1 priority. And with a full line of lumber and hardware items, they can also deliver to your job site. Harris Lumber, Milo.
Tesoro Italian Restaurant serves Bangor's best pizza, pasta, and sandwiches. Located in downtown Bangor across from the library. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 3 to 9, and Sunday, 3 to 8. The bar is also open 9 to 1 Friday and Saturday night. Come in and taste what everybody's talking about.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This local business would like to wish you a happy Independence Day, along with safe and fun celebrations all summer long.
I got hurt in a car accident, and I've got some questions. Can a lawyer start working on my case for no money up front?
I answer car accident questions like these every day. Call the twos. We win for you.
Call 222-2222.
Hello, Eastern Maine. Watch You Bet Your Life weekdays at 10 a.m. here on ABC 7.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's start with some basketball. Bangor's Landon Clark is back in town after his first season at St. Paul's School in New Hampshire. And as our Tyler Cruz reports, the season wasn't without obstacle, but now he's back to being Landon.
As soon as it happened, I was like, I just broke my ankle. And I probably didn't mean it, but in my head, that's what happened. And then I got the x-ray and it was broken. And I was like, oh, there you go.
This February, a broken ankle sidelined Bangor's Landon Clark for the rest of his first prep season at St. Paul's School in New Hampshire.
For a couple of weeks, when we got into playoffs and stuff like that, it was kind of tough to not be able to be there with them and help them out.
As it is with any injury, recovery gave Landon some good days and some bad ones. But this April, he was back out on the court with a lot of help from his new teammates over at St. Paul's.
Just leaning on them, they got me through that, and just pushing, knowing that the things I wanted to do this spring, this summer, it was all going to be worth it in the end.
After making a name for himself with the Rams, Clark is now preparing for his second season of prep ball. And even though it ended early, year one really helped his game grow.
There's definitely a different feel. The game's a little bit more competitive, a little more physical because the guys are older. Playing with more physicality, understanding that, you're not always the biggest, tallest, fastest guy on the court, and just kind of using what, you're good at.
Now he's back at 100%, helping Maine United on the AAU circuit. And his teammates say, despite what happened this winter, he's now back to being Landon.
For him to come and bounce back and be back that quick and be ready for the first session, that was big for us. Towards the end of the second, into the third session, he started to play like Landon again. And then in the fourth session, he had a bunch of 20-point games, 25-point games where he really stepped up.
Coming into EYBL, he's been playing great, shooting the ball great, attacking, getting rebounds. So I definitely feel like he's back to full Landon.
And for Clark, His time home this summer isn't all basketball either, so he's taking some time to enjoy himself before heading back out.
When we're not here, we're just hanging out with family. It's good to be back with them. Being away at school, for 9 months out of the year is sometimes challenging. So being with the family, obviously working out here, practicing with Man United, getting ready for July.
In VZ, I'm Tyler Cruz, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Now let's head to UMaine and more on the huge news out of the NHL draft. For the first time since 1999, the Black Bears will have a first-round draft pick on the ice. Incoming freshman center Bradley Nadeau was selected 30th overall by the Carolina Hurricanes. Nadeau was a star in the British Columbia Hockey League this past year, being named the league MVP. Maine head coach Ben Barr says he's excited for there to be that caliber of player on his squad, but it's not about where anyone was drafted.
It definitely brings some, good notoriety to your program when you have, draft picks and high draft picks in your program. At the end of the day, that's really not what matters. What matters is that we have the right guys in that room to help keep pushing that program forward. And Brad Nadeau wouldn't be coming here if we didn't feel that, that we were all pushing in the same direction.
And with the overall strength of the incoming class in mind, what is bringing these great players to Orono over other great programs? Well, Barr says it has little to do with him and his recruiting. The team and its character is what carries that load.
We don't recruit players any better than any other school recruits players. The players recruit players. There's nothing that we say to them that's going to make them choose Maine over anywhere else. It's going to be our actions, and it's going to be what their friends in the hockey world are telling them.
Okay, now let's go to the Portland Sea Dogs. Big news earlier this week as it was announced not one, not two, but 3 players will have the chance to show their stuff on a national stage. Sea Dog stars Marcelo Meyer and Nick York, along with pitcher Shane Drohan, who's now with the Woo Sox, have all been named to the MLB Futures All-Star Game scheduled to be played July 8th in Seattle. And Meyer, the number 4 prospect in baseball, says he's looking most forward to just having a good time and the chance to learn from his peers.
I'm excited. For me, I'm just going in there with the approach of, enjoying the moment, soaking it all in. Not many players get to experience this, and, I'm really excited for this opportunity. We're all going to be honored to be there. It's going to be a really fun event. We'll all learn from each other, have a great time, get to meet new people, build connections, so it's going to be pretty cool.
That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Do you want to improve or upgrade your home? Well, At Home Furniture, Appliance, and Bedding in Lincoln and Dover Foxcroft has got you covered. We pride ourselves in the relationships we build with every customer, from commercial businesses to homeowners. We have some of the best prices on the best brands of appliances, furniture, and mattresses, and we even offer full kitchen and bath remodels with a designer and installers on staff. So stop in today and check us out at one of our locations and see what we can do to make you feel at home.
ABC 7, Fox 22, Red Rabbit Bazaar, and Ruth and Wimpy's want to send you to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band with special guest Ziggy Marley live in concert Wednesday, July 5th at the Main Savings Amphitheater in Bangor. Sign up to win tickets by registering at Red Rabbit Bazaar, Queen City's clothing market located above the Grindhouse in the heart of downtown Bangor, and Ruth and Wimpy's at 792 U.S. Route 1 in Hancock. We're a lobster lover's dream. Win tickets to see the Tedeschi Trucks Band July 5th on the Bangor waterfront.
A pop icon suffers a serious health scare. The Film Academy sends out a special invite and more.
Fox's Ashley Dvorkin has the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
The Academy recruits and the Queen of Pop recuperates in the Hollywood nation. Madonna is recovering after experiencing a health scare over the weekend. Her manager, Guy Osseri, announced on Instagram the pop icon was hospitalized Saturday and spent several days in ICU after developing a serious bacterial infection. The 64-year-old singer's health is improving and a full recovery is expected. Her celebration tour has been delayed. A new start date and rescheduled shows will be announced soon. Several celebrities received a special invitation. Taylor Swift, Keke Palmer, Austin Butler, and The Weeknd are among the 398 artists and executives invited to join the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences this year for their distinguished contributions to motion pictures. Evan Peters joins The Grid. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the actor will star alongside Jared Leto in Tron: Ares, the third film in the Disney sci-fi franchise. Production is expected to start in August. Gillian Anderson joins Game of Thrones star Lena Headey in Netflix's upcoming Western action drama, The Abandons. The series centers on diverse outlier families in 1850s Oregon fighting back against a corrupt force of wealth and power trying to force them off their land. Take our fees. And speaking of Netflix, the streamer released the official trailer to Bird Box Barcelona. The post-apocalyptic spin-off to Sandra Bullock's 2018 film tells a new story set in Spain and expands on the mysterious force threatening those who look at it. It premieres July 14th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
All sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
I just want that new Wes Anderson movie to come to Bangor.
What's that?
Asteroid City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's that about? Asteroids, I guess, huh?
It's like the place where nuclear bombs were tested and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
I know. Why are you laughing at me? Our cameraman makes fun of us. Okay. Here's me.
We need to get Keenan a microphone,
Yes.
you know, and his own little camera. or
Let's
something.
send it over to the weatherman because I'm getting made fun of for no reason.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres, your #1 dispensary providing outstanding customer service and award-winning knowledge at most affordable prices. Alrighty, air quality, the name of the game this morning. We're good in our neck of the woods, though. Maybe a few spots in the yellow. It's still moderate. It's still okay for most of us, right? Otherwise, further down to the south and west, not so great. Air quality alerts are posted in the gray counties, though, and all these red and purple icons indicating unhealthy to very unhealthy air quality because of wildfire smoke there. But for us, so we're looking good for the time being, and we should stay good moving forward. We'll have to keep an eye on that smoke. But otherwise, though, dense fog advisories are posted further down toward the south in our southern counties, so lasting till roughly 10 a.m. this morning because visibility levels are really reduced, and it stretches all the way up towards parts of Millinocket too, where a mile or less visibility being noted in most areas this morning. So definitely be careful if you're driving this morning. Have those fog lights or low beam headlights on so people can see you and you can see where you're going. Your brights will not help you out one bit. But otherwise, a few showers developing after this morning. This will be the general idea for this morning because by this afternoon, a lot of this gets out of here. The clouds break up. We'll have a lot of sunshine, but don't let that fool you. There'll be more activity moving in from the west soon. That'll give us more showers and thunderstorms over the next several days. So the next few days, there will be rather small chances for showers. Today is one of those chances where they will be rather small as the sun comes out for a while. But later this evening, though, some clouds, fog moves in again, maybe a few showers yet again in a few spots too. Starting things off here Saturday, maybe a few showers. Clouds break up for a bit during the afternoon period too, so some sunshine could also mix in for a few of us. By Saturday night, though, again, some clouds, maybe a few showers, but nothing too extreme, no. And then by Sunday, we'll be watching for a little bit more rain as well. Rain is through Saturday night, not too much rain, maybe a tenth of an inch or less for most spots before we're all finished up. It's next week we have to pay attention where dramatically more rainfall could be possible, roughly 1 to 2 inches between now and Tuesday morning, with most of this occurring as we get towards Monday into Tuesday as well. We'll make sure to keep you posted moving forward. Our average high temperature is 79 degrees, upper 70s today, about average for this time of the year. Cooling off a bit by Sunday, with warming back up as we head towards the next week as well. So your forecast for today, upper 70s, a few showers, then becoming partly cloudy later on. That south wind getting up at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 60s, some clouds and fog on the way, then a few showers as well. That south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, middle 70s, mostly cloudy, a few showers again. That south wind at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at your extended forecast brought to you by Dirt Road Acres. Showers and thunderstorms the next several days, although the first few days of the forecast period not as bad. Next week, we'll need to watch things with more rain moving in and temperatures in the 70s.
Wow.
With fuel prices quickly rising and no end in sight, isn't it time to give Black's Heat Pumps a call? Did you know heat pumps could save you up to 50% on your heating bill? Our experts can handle all your commercial and residential work and provide you with quality installation, repair, and maintenance. Give us a call today for a free estimate. Our number one priority is to save you money and keep you comfortable all year long. Get the service you deserve. Find us at blacksheatpumps.com and on Facebook.
Goose River Farm and Meat Store is conveniently located on Route 3 across from Hammond Lumber in Belfast. They have a wide selection of meat and poultry, including beef, pork, lamb, chicken, duck, rabbit, and turkey. Buy your steak and meats for grilling this summer.
Should I be selling right now? I gotta get a bigger place. What's my house worth? What do you think? What's my house really worth? How do I buy a house?
What if I don't have time to see it in person?
What is going on with this housing market?
You have questions. We can take the guesswork out of that. Contact a RE/MAX collaborative agent today. We service all of Maine.
Monday, whose endgame material and whose game is about to end?
Seems like Brayden's here for spring break.
This is an engagement at the end of this. I'm not here for spring break, so go home.
Welcome back, everyone. Check out this big old bottle of champagne. French winemaker Luc Belair announced Belair Zeus, a 45-liter bottle of sparkling wine.
Check this out. He says the massive bottle weighs 160 pounds when filled up and requires 3 people to pour it. That's unrealistic.
Ridiculous.
Only 2 of the Zeus-sized bottles exist. One is filled with Belair's rare rosé, and the other is filled with a demi-sec. The Zeus bottles are also going on a world tour where fans will be able to win prizes if they lift the bottles. You know, I always see like these TikToks or videos of somebody trying to lift a huge bottle of wine and pour it for like a crowd, and it just makes me mad because you know where it's going, you know it's going to be wasted.
Yeah.
It makes me mad.
Need to get like a beer keg tapper and put it on top or something.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm always trying to think of ways.
I know, you're very innovative. You should be on that marketing team. All right, well, a French fireman sets 2 world records ablaze, and himself, too, in order to achieve them. Jonathan Barrow decided to torch the record books in Harbiden, France, while making himself a human torch. Oh, my God.
He drank that big old bottle of champagne first. Barrow set the Guinness World Records in the same run, the fastest full-body burn 100-meter sprint without oxygen in 17 seconds. Also the longest distance ran in a full-body burn without oxygen. That's just crazy. I don't have any more to say about that, I don't think.
People are running out of world records to break. They got to get real creative.
Just the ridiculousness, you know. I think it might have had something to do with that champagne, too.
I like the juxtaposition.
Hey,
of those
hold my
stories.
champagne. Watch this.
Okay.
All right, let's get out of here.
Have a good day. Happy Friday.